As a parent of a child receiving special education services, you have certain rights or procedural safeguards under federal and state laws. These rights are listed in this notice, Notice of Special Education Procedural Safeguards for Students and Their Families. Today I want to go over some of the important protections in the Parents' Rights document, which you have been given and can read in more detail at your discretion. Number 1, you must be given an opportunity to examine, inspect, and review all of your child's educational records. Number 2, you have the right to get an independent education evaluation of your child if you disagree with the school's evaluation. Number 3, the school must give you prior written notice of actions being proposed regarding your child's special education needs. Number 4, a copy of Parent Rights Procedural Safeguards must be given to you at least once a year, as well as upon initial referral or parent request for evaluation, upon receipt of your first request for due process hearing, upon a disciplinary removal of your child from school that would constitute a change in placement, or upon your request. Number 5, the school must receive your consent in writing prior to evaluating your child for the first time, prior to your child's special education services starting for the first time, and prior to your child being tested as part of a re-evaluation. Number 6, the school must ensure that it has mediation procedures in place that allows parties to resolve disputes through a voluntary mediation process. Number 7, parents may initiate an impartial due process hearing in the attempt to resolve disagreements between you and the school using an impartial mediation hearing officer. Number 8, school discipline. State and federal laws have special provisions that control what happens if your child violates a school rule. When a child is removed from his or her current educational placement for more than 10 consecutive days, this constitutes a change of placement. Your child is subject to the same rules of conduct that apply to other children. If your child violates a school rule for reasons other than weapons, illegal drugs, or dangerous behavior, the school can remove your child to a different educational setting or suspend your child for up to 10 consecutive school days. If your child violates rules for weapons, illegal drugs, or dangerous behavior, the school can suspend your child for up to 45 school days. If your child violates school rules over and over or does something that is serious, the school can suspend your child for up to 10 days and start actions to have your child removed from school for up to a whole school year. Number 9, if you choose to place your child in a private school, the school district is not required to pay the cost of education, including special education and related services for your child if the school has made a free and appropriate public education available to your child. Number 10, if you wish to file a complaint as to whether the school is complying with regulations regarding the provisions of special education and related services, your complaint must be in writing and filed with the formal complaint investigator for special education. Number 11, schools must maintain the confidentiality of information on your child's educational records. The school can assume that both parents have authority to inspect, review the child's records, unless the school has been notified in writing that a parent's rights to see the records have been terminated by a court order. Number 12. If a public agency other than an educational agency fails to provide or pay for the special education and related services in your child's IEP, the school district or other state agency responsible for developing your child's IEP shall provide or pay for these services in a timely manner.